All right, welcome back to the channel. Warhammer Man back in the studio with another of our Pariah Nexus creations. If you haven't watched the previous video, I highly recommend that you check it out. But basically, I have created some STL files for a 3D printed terrain to fill out the Pariah Nexus board wherever there would normally be like obstructing line of sight blocking pieces. So it goes along hand in hand with the original set that comes with the Pariah Nexus setup, all your doors and barricades and all that stuff. And then I put like 6 of the little remote controlled LED lights on the objective markers. So let me just put this. All right, so here we have basically, if you haven't seen the previous video, we did the first side of the board, and now here's the second side of the board. I'm just going to go ahead and turn on the lights here. All right, so obviously I have not painted this setup yet. I basically just got it all finished and cleaned up and everything. But I went ahead and used its gold filament. So you can see very clearly, obviously, what comes with the set and then what was added in. So this is the second side of the Pariah Nexus board. This is one of the match play mission setups. There's a couple different setups with different doors and everything. And then I went ahead and added in a little bit of the extra terrain as well because it comes with quite a bit. I didn't put like the little nodes out there because they're only for the narrative missions. This is all like match play stuff. And again, I just put like a little extra out there just to use everything up basically. So there's a couple doors that normally wouldn't be in this setup, but overall, very happy with how it came out. I think this really fills out the board like how, it's most desirable. Helps a lot with people that are more of like a like visual type person, because normally what you're gonna have is just like the little outlined like red areas basically. So it's like blocked out, and then it has like a little red outline saying that's like line of sight blocking. So I basically have just created these prints. So each one of the prints is one piece. Like each piece of terrain is a single piece. A couple of them are like reversible, so they have like different ways you could put them on the board. But the idea basically just being that it helps a little bit with like the overall line of sight. This way you could use essentially like a laser pointer much more accurately because you have actual terrain there to block it. And then overall, it just makes the whole board like much more visually appealing. And then also I have spaced out like the taller bits that are like 2 stories tall. That way, like if you wanted to, you could actually put like a piece of like poster board or a second board on top, and you would have like a roof, and then you could like look inside more for like picture taking and stuff. Obviously, having the open top, is much more viable for like gameplay. But you have to have the second level, or else like the doors stick up a little bit too far, so you wouldn't be able to do that. And again, it's just something random. I kind of like the extra little bit of height to it. Um, just grab a couple Marines here. Just so you can kind of get an idea of the actual size of it. Don't mind these bases. I haven't actually like painted the bases on these guys yet, but essentially you just have, just so you can kind of get a reference of like height and everything on them. You can kind of see, the actual height of your typical Marine is just slightly smaller than like the regular first level. So having like the second level just makes it a little more realistic because I feel like it would have like higher ceilings. I feel like, this chaplain's like weapon would like be bumping the ceiling if that was as high as it went. So again, it was just a design that I came up with. I also did up a set that's only 1 story tall. But again, same with the other board. I think the 2 stories is like much cooler, or like the second level on top. And then just to kind of like fill out the consistency of it also, I just picked and chose random pieces, but also kind of spaced them out, like I said, so you could like put something on top of it and it would actually like support it, like a board or ceiling, whatever you wanted to do. So, but overall, definitely, gets the effect across. Very cool. Very happy with how it turned out overall. This one took a lot longer to print than the other side did, just because there's a lot more actual terrain. I think it's about the same amount of pieces, but like this set has like these massive, like big boy pieces like this, as where the other set's like a lot like smaller of pieces. So But overall, like I said, very happy with how it came out. Also, while I got it here too, for like the special weapon, heavy bolter that comes in the set. Don't mind like the little pieces in there. I left it so you could like swap that out. But I also magnetized the heavy bolter arms on him, so that you could actually like swap it out. So if you didn't want a heavy bolter, you could actually swap in the magnetized like regular bolt setup as well. And then obviously, points allowing, I think most of the time you would probably want the heavy bolter. So, but there we have that. So overall, like I said, very happy with how it came out when it's all said and done. It's a really cool setup, and I think it really adds to the actual game. I think what was missing from the Pariah Nexus set, they give you like a ton of the scatter terrain, actually like way too much in my opinion. I think if they would have done something like this, it would have really been a hit. But I think like the visual aspect of it is kind of like robbed, not having like the extra line of sight blocking stuff. Um, I think that's why the actual Kill Team sets were like so good to begin with. Like the original Kill Team set with like all the like Gothic ruins and like the Sector Imperialis stuff was like super cool. The second set with the Sector Mechanicus stuff is really cool. The only thing I didn't like about it is that it's not like symmetrical. You get like an odd number of some pieces. So I like to add a couple pieces into that board setup. And then with this one, it's more of like that more like the Kill Team Arena thing where you have basically no actual terrain, and then you have just like the doors and a couple of pieces of like the scatter terrain stuff. Um, it's just really weird, and I get how like the setup is, but they basically give you like a ton of these nodes, and these things are only used in the like narrative missions. You don't use them in like the competitive play or match play, and they give you, what is it, 4, 8, they give you 16 of these things, and none of the missions even use 16 of them to begin with. Let alone like the actual match play doesn't use any of them. So like it just seems really weird that they give you 16 pieces that you basically are never going to use, or rarely going to use, and then they leave out like all the actual terrain. And I understand maybe it wasn't viable for them to do up like all this terrain like this, so they just decided to do none, especially because it is like a double-sided board. But maybe like add something as an option, like a kit you could buy aftermarket that fills out the board like this, or just something similar. Um, Also, like there's not really any. There's some like Xenos, like kind of like terrain pieces you can get, like for Tau and a couple things like that. Um, but they're more like for 40K games. But there's nothing really Xenos like terrain wise that they offer, in general for like terrain. So I think it would be really cool. Maybe they got something in the works already that they're planning to bring out, and I'm just jumping the gun on this. But I am like very happy with how this all came out. And again, if you haven't seen the other video yet, I printed off the other set and fully painted it up with like kind of like a green kind of glow to it. This set obviously is not painted yet, and I just used like the gold filament for it. But I think I'm gonna do this setup in like blue, so that it'll have like a little bit different of a feel to it. But like I said, overall very cool. I think this is really what I think this set would have been a total hit if they would have done something like this. I mean, it would have knocked it out of the park because the models that come with it are awesome. Um, Overall, I really like the Necrons and the heavy intercessors, obviously like pre-release through this, but it's just really lacking for the actual gameplay, I think. And again, I mean, you can use your imagination for sure. You could probably make something like this out of like cardboard, like I've done for some of the previous sets. You could maybe use some of the existing terrain kits to kind of make your own, as I've done for some of the other sets as well. Or obviously take it to the next level and design something or print out like some STL files like I did. I basically did all these measurements off the board before I got it, and just been printing them out, and I just hadn't had a chance to basically like show this off yet. I've just been really, really busy lately. If you're new to the channel, highly recommend that you subscribe. Check out a lot of my old videos. I do everything from like custom setups like this that I've created. Like I said, I've done Kill Team like arena boards with like cardboard, like three-dimensional stuff. I modified some of the Zone Mortalis stuff. And then obviously I did the 3D prints for both sides for this board. Also, commission painting stuff, so I'll show off a lot of my commissions as well. Unboxing videos, reviews, all kinds of stuff for everything from 40K, fantasy, Warcry, basically anything Games Workshop. So the channel has been growing, and we're almost at that 1,000 sub mark. So if everybody could help me out with that last push and really help us get there, that would be absolutely phenomenal. I'm super excited, and I'm going to do something special when we do reach 1,000. So hopefully this video will be the push that gets us there, or at least close. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I know quite a few people have expressed a interest in something like this. If I provide it to the community, I've considered it, and I'm still considering it. I'm definitely down to like share my work, but I did put a ton of time into like creating this setup and everything, and the actual STL files to get it to be so cool. So, and I've seen a couple other people that have done something similar to this, which is definitely cool as well. And I know you can get some free stuff, I think, on Thingiverse, like some random pieces and stuff. I haven't checked lately, but I know when I released my first set, or when I finished my first set, there was already people kind of coming up with something. But like I said, overall, just wanted to show off this setup. I'm going to work on painting it when I have a chance. Probably just do like a quick airbrush job like I did with the other one, and then do this terrain setup to match, like all the stuff that comes with the kit, and get it all set up, and then I will do another video showing it off as well. So, but yeah, like I said, let me know what you think in the comments. Also, if you haven't seen like the 3D lights previously, I kind of show them off with like some of the Necromunda stuff and everything, but these are like the 3D remote controlled LED T lights. So you can get like 20 of them. I think it was 20, maybe 10. I can't remember how many come in a pack, but it's 20 bucks basically on like eBay or Amazon. And then they come with like that nifty little remote, bunch of different effects, like smoothing, fade, jump, and then obviously like a bunch of different colors as well. And it's all remote control. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys. Appreciate you checking out the video today. And hopefully you will leave a comment down below. Questions, comments, share this on social media sites, and make sure you tell your friends that might be interested as well. I definitely would appreciate if you would like and subscribe. And I think that's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.